Hello, I am back. I took a few extra days off on account of, I got a vaccine and it kind of knocked me out. So now I am back to do content. Gotta get caught all the way up. So we start off with patch 6.5. I may have also accidentally completely burned through my island. It took me 4 days to hit level 8, and I just finished building the final thing yesterday, or the day before that. And I am halfway through level 9, so I'm just kind of passively leveling at this point. But yeah, that was a blast. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Newfound adventure. Tataru is putting on a pot of tea and looks in need of company. Dimma, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush, I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? Take a seat then. I'll find us something to nibble on as well. But yeah, he has new hair. Sorry to spring that on you. I kind of dig it. I wasn't sure if I'd like it, but I like it now. A lot. Oh, look at them having a little tea party. It's so wholesome. Tea.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around. Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors. Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Grand new adventure, of course. I'm still mulling it over. ... Let's see. Dim is, of course, going on a grand new adventure.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you. You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
That does sound great. You're right, who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be discovered. That's a great idea, but where to start? ... You're right.
Oh, that's the spirit! I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination. If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
Back to Thavnair, but I was just there.
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you.
That's not a bad point.
Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance.
Yes. Oh, Sea Cat want to go sailing again.
Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Emmett.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
Oh, Tataru's so sweet.
Shouldn't take much longer now, though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Excellent. You're the best, Tataru. Make sure it has pockets! Or else is he gonna keep his candy? Oh, so cute. Look, it's little sheep.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care.
Oh.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement.
This is so wholesome.
I'm one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Oh, Tataru.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Are you judging my almost entirely full inventory, Tataru? A little cat nap for the boy. Oh, look at him dozing off.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Why did you just go and take a bath in your clothes? Huh?
Unless I am returned.
Oh, that's sick.
Ah, you're awake.
Ha! You're finally awake. Oh, look how cute he is. A little stretch. Yes.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
So cute, though. Got a hobby and a talent and a
You
job.
seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga?
Yes, all of the above.
Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
We shall. Now, I should, clarify. I have done this patch before, once. As with the rest, though, I have a horrible memory. So I'm certain there's details I've forgotten. And in addition to that, I've never done it on Reaper. So we're gonna see all the new things. This is also my first time doing it alone, because last time I did the story, I did it with someone. So an entirely new experience. But I'm excited. I'm having fun. There's definitely details that I've missed that I'm going to pick up again. I also didn't have all the content unlocked last time. Technically, there's still a lot of stuff I haven't done in this one. But I have all the normal raids and all the alliance raids, at least that I can do. So that's good. What was I doing? Like, when I was in there, I was thinking there was something I needed to check. Ooh, we're gonna be in trouble. Anyways, I'm very excited for this. Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. A little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. Final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. Well, what do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? That looks so cool. Do I get pants or no pants? Oh, the little claps. I'm so glad you approve. You've outdone yourself, Totaro, thank you. So what do I owe you? He's already in debt. He's in serious debt. Oh, don't be silly. Your approval is payment enough. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is that you wear this on your travels. Or at least anywhere lots of adventurers might gather. They'll look at you, famous hero, and wonder, wherever did he purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. Haha! I can hear it now, the merry clink-clink of gill overflowing from my coffers. Sweet music to my ears. Ooh, I got gear! Excellent. Well, obviously, now it's time to get dressed up. Burgeoning merchant empires aside, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day you'll take a blow to the head and forget a better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded. The Unending Codex. Oh, Science of the Seventh Dawn, Coin Keeper. So this has got tales of what everyone is. I'll have to do something reading these, I suppose, so you can just listen to it. Persons, concepts, oh, that's cool. The Unending Codex is now available under Collections in the Duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the Codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. That's nice, so you can look things up. Now, Small Dim. He's not that small. Let's put on the Wayfarer's boots. And the gloves. Oh, those. Ooh, don't know if I like those on him. Aw. And no hat. How does he look? He looks adorable. Not sure if I'm a fan of those. Oops. That's definitely the wrong thing. Let's go ahead and put all of his gear back on. And we're going to keep all my dyes in here. First things first, we gotta dye this. See, the other option would be wine red. Ooh. That does look nice in wine red, though. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go with wine red. Fashion is endgame, everyone knows this. Reaper's already equipped. Alright, where's my wine red? No. Nope. What? Oh yeah. My retainers decided to bring me this the other day and I was like, okay, thank you. Now that I don't need it. Oh, look at him. And we'll go ahead and put that necklace on. There he is. What a cutie. Looks good with his ponytail. Let's see. Wonder what other shoes we could put on. Dye those black. That looks pretty good. Don't think we've got a lot of I think that's gonna be a no. Okay. We do need to dye these black. He's gonna wear those at any point. Aw, look at him. I don't think I've got any better pants. No, that'd look funny. Could try... Please don't mind some of these glamours. They're a bit ridiculous. This one might not actually be bad. The Cyan Adventurer's bottoms. Okay, here we go. Welcome to how I glam specific pieces of gear. No, that looks terrible. And then we do it all over again. Ooh, yes. Could be better. I get distracted by the weirdest things sometimes. There we go. That works. Alright. That tangent aside, let's continue. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer of the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Thavnair, I suggest you explore your options at Mareed's Mayhen and the finest drinking establishment in Radz-at-Han. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of the local tale tellers, but also share with you the tricks for loosening their tongues. Now I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Dimma, and may fair fortune find you. What's on his arm? Wait, is that a... There's a writ... That's cool. I did not notice the arm thing. Alright, off we go. It's so nice not having to worry about experience. I can just do this on the class that I like to main for content. I do need to finish doing all the role quests. Ooh, lookout point. Sightseeing entry. Mareed's Mayhen. Owned and run by the eponymous Merude, this Mayhen offers light meals and beverages, with the main draw being its myriad varieties of liquor distilled by local alchemists. Foreign visitors are often entranced by the stage performers, whose movements incorporate elements of traditional Thavnarian dance. Oh, that's cool. Those are the dance! Those are actual dancer moves. That's cool. Welcome to Mareed's Mayhen. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that right. Oh, hello. I did not recognize you at first. Are you here alone? Let me find you a table. He does look so different with that hair, but it's still him. Ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian, in fact, who could tell you all about it. Where? Ah, there he is. Professor Jalheen. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayhen's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy for him is on the house, by the way. If Mareed found out I took coin from Thavnair's savior, she would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Aww, they like me. Alright, Dim, let's go talk to the dude. There we go. Yes? The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Duty Finder registrations. Begin speaking. Fortunately, I finished my Duty Finder stuff. Well, I haven't done my leveling, so we'll have to do that later. And what may I do for you, my Eorzean friend? I want to ask you about the sunken vault and the bounty. Oh, just a friendly chat. How about a drink? You gotta butter him up. Well, I certainly wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are, one of Mayreed's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jolene empties the cup in a single pull. That was very kind of you, sir, but I know when I'm being softened up. What is it that you want from me? Damn, I think it is being sneaky. Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? Does seem to appeal to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Al-Zadal? He was Khan of the Ari tribe which sailed to Thavnir from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Radzat Han. Why do I keep saying Khan? I know it's Han. His decision to aid the Arkasodra is what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Al-Zadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Radzat Han's earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely and returned with glittering riches, others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Al-Zadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Radzat Han, folk would remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you like to hear more? Apologies, I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. That grin. Miliel, another frown for the professor. That wasn't enough. Obviously, give the man more alcohol. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. This is great. Another for the professor. Ho ho ho! Today was a splendid day to visit the Mayheen. I didn't do the same choices last time, so this is all new to me. Jolene gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Ah, yes. Those who did return from seeking the treasure vault flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azam was saying. Azamaz? A fellow connoisseur of spiritus potables. Yes, he is. Anyway, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Has it been seen since he set sail, I hear? But he did have... no, I can say no more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words set you to your death, I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. I think I've heard enough. Literally the warrior of light. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Oh gosh. Oh, yes, all of them. The very edge of existence. From anyone else, I'd struggled to believe it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. Miliel, more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Jalheen drains yet another cup dry. Oh no, he is very drunk. Is he asleep? Damn, you got the man drunk. Anyway, you being who you are, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azima's, he was desperate to buy a treasure map, one which showed the way to the entrance of the vault. Shames he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Billy, more drinks. Say nothing. Signal for water instead. Say nothing. Be right with you. Your drink, sir. Ah, marvelous. I am parched. Jaleel throws back in another cup. Oh no. I think he's done. Weren't we talking about Ozma? You want to know where Ozma is? Around this time, he's an often at the usual place. You have learned some useful information regarding the undersea vault. Jolene was more coherent, however, he may have had more details to share. I think I overdid it. Oh no. Ugh, I think I had one too many. I should have given him water. Oh well. My choices matter. They affect people now. Please don't mind the drinking of the water. Hydration is important. Okay, gotta find this guy. Ah, there he is. Funk. Yes, I am Azuma, and who might you be? All true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Alzadal's legacy, and I've been watching for his sails ever since. Tried to dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common good or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting for Alzadal III's otherworldly hoard, and his ambition was not to be denied. I see it in you too, that appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. But I'll not attempt to turn you from your path. I know too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. It seems this merchant, one Zashal, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route, but my friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty, and within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Alzadal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, that's beautiful. My cat's outside screaming. Or chirping, rather.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Alzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
How do you restore the glyph?
This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
Oh no! Oh no!
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
I like his boots still.
A fortune, you say?
I forgot about that.
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
Oh my gosh, it's so weird with him having a new voice. Freaking Estinian. Always overpaying.
Well met, my friend.
Oh. New voice. New voice. New clothes.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
I'm sorry. It's gonna take me some time to get used to his voice. That's smug.
Why Thavner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping.
Well, yes, of course.
Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sail, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
His voice is so deep. It's not as gravelly as before, it's very smooth.
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Is it
This
worse
map
than his hair
may or
type?
may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
You seem eager to be underway. Never took you for a treasure hunter.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself. If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavner what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Aww.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits.
Cute.
Speaking of precocious lads, That boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Aww. He's a good man.
You are coming along, yes?
But of course. My dragoon friend, naturally. Shall we split the expenses?
I appreciate the concern, but there's one thing I've learned from my time with the Sirens, is how to better manage my coin purse.
Hey, he's growing! He's learning.
Now, let's see about securing a vessel.
Excellent. I feel like I just watched and listened to the voice actor settle into his role right there. That scene, that was a great scene. It's definitely gonna take some time to get used to his voice change, but this performer seems to be doing a great job so far, and I'm excited to see where they take it. Also, how wholesome is that? He's just like, yeah, I want to help the orphans. I don't care if I overpaid, so long as the kid gets some money to pay for his sister. You will recall I spoke of visiting Thavner at Fritra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast, and made his proposal once I was too full of Hannish delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsuya is a fisherman by trade, yes? We should head to Akiali and see if he can help us. Ooh, good idea. Let's see, do I have any more? Do you have more stuff? I can save it for now. I was thinking about picking up some gear, but I think I'll be okay. I'm not certain what gear level I'll need for things, but I think I have enough. I've also been leveling. I've been doing so much since the last stream. I got my island maxed out. I unlocked the Asphodelis circles, and I've been running weeklies for the first time. I unlocked 3 tribe quests, or 3 tribes, and I've been working on those first tribe quests ever. It's been a busy adventure for me. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for the chance to repay the favor. Wait here, and I will have a boat stocked and ready for you in no time at all. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walked so that you'd not cross paths with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir, but aren't you the heroes who saved Thavner? You are, I know you are. I've gone and cheated you. I work with this Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to play the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. I'm ashamed of what I've done, and I beg your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never have... well, we'd be... enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are kind to overlook the wrong I have done to you. But there is more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, as is the island it shows. I overheard Zashal selling the information to another customer. He told that man where he needed to search. About the ruins, about the vaults, about everything. When the man sailed out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you between the two of us there is little we cannot overcome. Please, I cannot bear the thought of... We could invite our comrades. We might need a hand moving the treasure. Now you've gone and made him cry. I did not. That was not my intention. Oh, very well. Assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Dan Creditor Yanje, Alphino and Alize, Grahatia and Kryl, Y'shtola Grahatia? I gotta get my boy! Take him on an adventure! I promised! Kryl may have her hands full rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would surely leap at the invitation. Darn right he would. Will that set your mind at ease? Yes. If that man is as strong as you... Is he, though? Strong, I mean? He's very strong. What is your name, boy? Mirad, sir. Oh, Mirad. Your life is yours to live as you will, but I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do, but what choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with true grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Aww. Estinian always so grumpy, but in reality he cares so much. Okay, I'm out of water, so I need to grab more water, because I'm definitely still, resting off the effects of my vaccination. So I'm gonna get water, and I'll be right back. Alright, apologies for the interruption. I am back with Cat and full water bottle. Alright, let's continue. Friends for the road. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Someone there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let's be off too, Mirad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. Well, my retainers are back. Let's go find us a Graha. Wait a minute, this is just gonna be the Ponytail Boys. Because Dim has a ponytail now. I may have burned through the island primarily to get this hairstyle, and the entire time I was so worried that I wasn't gonna like it on him, and then I put it on him and I was like, this is so weird, but now I kinda love it. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Dimma. What might the students do for you? Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Cryle. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go in and give them an excuse to take a break. Excellent. Hello, friends. Friends! Oh, I have so much more stuff I need to do to catch Dim all the way up. There he is, my boy!
Ah, Urgika, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
Graha! Is it the hair? What are you two working on? How's the restorations of the students coming along? What are they working on?
Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities. We located several accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Val.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come.
That sounds terrible. Too much paperwork.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend?
You?
Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
No, I'm about to pick up your dusty self and take you on an adventure, like I promised. Before you abandoned me. I'm not so.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
Oh, precious
And
boy.
you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition. I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance. Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
Look how excited he is.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already.
It's so cute.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Just you.
Then might I suggest we invite your Stola? Ever since the Scions disbanded, she's spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day, We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say. Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Oh, he's so excited.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger. He sent the students a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loperites wish to build their own vault for the people of Aetheris to explore, and are looking for inspiration to help make it a memorable experience. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
I agree.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Okay.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Adventure first, chores later. This is the proper way to do things. Look at the two kitties running off to play. It's so precious. No blue thing. This is just something I'll get later. Okay. Oh. See, I thought it was over there. Oh, wet cat. Is that Numenor? I think it is. Looks like someone who's chilling, maybe doing the story. Who knows? Oh, it feels so good to be in Endgame. To have him progressing through the final legs of the patch. I'm hoping I'll be prepped for when the next patch is released. Oh. Well, she wasn't hard to find at least. That's adorable. Oh, look at her ears.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
Cat's it! Yes, the cat's it! Oh, her ears, so cute!
Close my eyes for one moment.
Music stops.
Ow!
Oh, poor Y'shtola.
How long have you two been here?
We just arrived. We didn't want to wake you. Catching up on some light. We'd totally just arrived.
Did you now?
Totally.
I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
Y'shtola, that's not healthy.
As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, Looking for hints, at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You can do it, I believe in you.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
An adventure. Join us.
Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Akiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
Hold up. Is Stola about to be the person with the shortest hair in this entire group? I think she is. That's funny. Oh, such peaceful music. Hey, Pudding Way, what are you doing here? The reflections. Crystal Tower. Oh my goodness. I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all, but I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. That's adorable. Alright, to Aporia. Finally got my pants today. I've been gearing out Red Mage for endgame stuff. What's this? Oops. I don't recognize that quest. Dima, allow me to thank you personally for your contributions to our research. Your stories of the Ancients' creations have planted the seeds of a great many theories. Cannot wait for them to flourish. Oh! That's where you get the savages. We need to go to Thalmazane. Ah, Master Dima. I've been made aware of your coming. Please use the lift here. Down we go. I have flight. I have flight everywhere. I started unlocking things. I feel so accomplished. No aether currents at this point. You can fly no longer. Hey, Ariandre. My dude.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
It's good to see you as well. Wasn't Thancred with you? What? Did you lose Thancred? Did you lose Thancred?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies.
Befurred.
As you may recall, the Loporrits had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
Aww.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
You have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
They're not wrong. Wait, this is map lore!
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
I think this is map lore.
But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos?
That's so cool. For you, Arianche. We want to steal you on an adventure.
Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
It's very true. We're just having fun.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
There he is! It's the Nandcred!
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
You're looking well? How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
The bros.
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos.
That makes sense.
A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seen fit to gather?
Me, I did it. I was the cause.
Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
He's so happy. Smile.
Of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Are you salty?
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
We shall.
Till we meet again.
There we go.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Let's go. Let's do it. We got the gang, and I'm not gonna use any of them, because I'm gonna queue for it. Let's see what mount we get. Ah, the dragon. I did not mean to pronounce it that way. It's a quip. Gib quip. Such a precious girl, but why am I putting W's in my words? Somebody help. Somebody help. I have too many W's. Ah. There he is. I send you to recruit Graha, and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matzia's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. What he means is, we are grateful for the use of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs in the shallows there. Aye, we will keep an eye out. Ooh, money, please. In my travels, I spied many a child wandering alone, orphans in all likelihood. Though homes raised by beasts and blasphemies can be rebuilt, the void left by those we have lost cannot be easily filled. I need to talk to Y'shtola, not Urianger. Look at us all. Alzadal III. I confess I am somewhat embarrassed that the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what of the treasure he supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Let's do it. Love this music. Is that lights under the water? Just accepted. Alzadal's Legacy now accessible. Ooh yeah! We got a dungeon! We got a dungeon! Enter Alzadal's Legacy with a party of other players. Excellent. I can indeed. Alright, let's talk to folks. See what they have to say. One can only spend so many days hunched over a desk before it begins to take its toll. A spot of vigorous exploration is exactly what I needed. That is true. I am aware that this story about an otherworldly journey may be just that, a story. But even the wildest tale often contains a few grains of truth, and that is worth investigating. The treasure vault of the satrap will surely be filled with diverse traps and devilish deterrents. Caution is paramount. None who enter these ruins come out alive. Well, we shall see about that. Excellent. Oh my goodness, look at this Gillig. duo of Lala here. This is adorable. This is so cute. There they go. Alright. Well, in the meantime, let's go check on my retainers. And we can check on my island. Not that I need to. Actually, I have no need to check on my island. Why am I gonna do that? What do I need to do? I don't think I really need to do anything. Nope, there we go. Oh, thank you for the aquarium. Sheesh. Ah, that's what I need to do, I think. Make sure that the chat log settings, turn party off, apply. There we go. Now we are good to go. Oh, that's cool. Look at us! Look at this group! Oh, this is cool. Heck yeah. That's a cool cutscene. Let's do this. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, I love them. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh well. There's more of those things. Should work. Oh, this is so cool. I think I have settings wrong for this. There we go. Don't have to worry about names popping up in the little things. I'm trying. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am trying. Okay. I think... Salt encrusted door. What? Okay. That's cool. Teleporter bears you deep beneath the waves. Glyph of passage detected confirming bearer's identity. You actually do need it. Okay, I'm doing something crazy. In the middle of a... Oh, this is gonna be bad. Wait, I need that. Unrecognizable Aether signature, Brazen Thief, you will proceed no further. What the heck is going on? That's what I did. I think I am gonna have to reset up my bars for... Okay, let's see, Slain. Yup, let's go ahead and meet on that. Read on that. I am very glad that I went ahead and opened that. Thigh boots is scatty. Okay, let's get this thing killed. Oh my gosh, look at this king. It's a king crab. It's a king crab. It's a king crab. It's amazing. Please, don't use the button. Thank you. You're a very good boy. We love you. Okay. I don't need those. I will probably need these, though. Huh. Turn back, treasure seeker, or this vault will be your tomb. Sorry. Oh, jeez. greed will prove your undoing. I guess I can greed on that, and I don't need that because I should already have the other ones. Please ignore the crossword link shell. That was not me. Interesting. I'm trying to remember what I need for other classes right now, and I'm not certain. Mimics. Looming Warden. That's a cool looking boss. Wait a minute. I'm going the wrong way. Necklace of Healing. Can grade on that. Warning, this vault is under my protection. Failure to withdraw will invite chastisement. What? No, even live, this is your final warning. Youch. Trespass, confirm view check. Okay, here we go. we go, spinny! Spinny winny! Oh, jeez. Ow, ow, stab wounds. Ow, 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 ow. I'll introduce Wolfie's Lane. Oh, jeez. I barely survived that. Thank you, healer. I shall provide you with calm at the end of this. Oh my goodness. That was cool. Well done. This is a good group. That was really efficient. Look, there's our friends. Did come running in at the end. I guess tank gets to... There it goes. Thank you. Thank you all. Wait a minute. You gotta use that. Where is it? There it is. Not fun, folks.
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Ew.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Roshan.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
Uh-oh. Sealing away what exactly? I wasn't going to touch it, but you know you stole it.
You and I will speak later.
She's gonna kill me. The bar music.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
But...
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that smirk.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Void gate. Void gates and fissures are much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds, whereas a void gate is the production of a deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery, that swirling emptiness, it puts me in mind of my old friends, not to mention old foes. You may now enter Alzadal's legacy with a party of NPC adventurers.
Kitty! Will you please desist? Please. Please, Kitty. The cat's in the way. Okay. We haven't texted. Alright, that's fine. I wanna see... I wanna see how far we are from the end. That's not helpful. My gosh. Okay, so we still have a few more to go. I think we're about halfway through.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory. An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Voidsent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet You speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Allag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat Han was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of Void-sent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Radzat Han and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I thought our time had come. I remember when Nero turned purple. I like that there are more derpy responses.
Turned purple? Well, yes. His wounds had allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether.
Don't get annoyed with me like that, Graha.
Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late.
Or not.
And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
So, they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one might a gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible, and arrange to replace the Guardians you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. Ah, my apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the constructs can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Radzat. Hey, just so you know, we were gonna give the treasure to you. Totally. We didn't, we didn't mean... Okay, let's go up to the High Crucible. So we can get yelled at by Vritra. I wonder if they're gonna let me play him like the derpy warrior of light he should be. He's a smart boy, but he, he has his moments. And I do enjoy seeing goofy responses. It's fun. This is cool. I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault's sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capiculu has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it Tomb Raiders? Fiends born by the Tower of Zot? By the sisters, do not tell me a blasphemy yet roams free. The shifty eyes. Why such guilty faces? Surely it isn't you who are responsible for this. Oh. Well, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. And with that, the vault will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact, but I'd like to begin with the gate itself. Okay, why haven't we told Varshan what we plan to do with the treasure? It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void scent. From this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I should think Alphino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum into the 13th. Thanks to my brilliant alchemists. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been forgotten. Once I had given up searching for Ashdaya, there was no need to preserve such esoteric and dangerous knowledge. Thus had the gate lain dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate, one bound to a covenant made with the Cloud of Darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void scent, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. You seem to have struck a bargain of your own, Dima. They're calling out my Reaperness. Oh my gosh, they're actually acknowledging the fact that I have a freaking void scent avatar Reaper thingy. You seem to have struck a bargain of your own, Dima. Though it serves you well in battle, be aware that the beneficial nature of your arrangement is the exception which proves the rule. Yeah, I'm a dangerous bit. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. Mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I have already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here and now. I had to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? To see if the legends are true. It was all Estinian's idea! As I recall, 'twas you who was chasing the tales of undersea ruins. Well, as you have seen, the fabulous wealth from the stores is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little, but the time has come to spend it, that I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? What you thinking of? Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I shall take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study, but the Loperids will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlian as well. Mistress Kryle was eager to speak with you about that request, so please come back to the Annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. I honestly don't know what she has to ask of me. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. I don't remember what happens from here on out. You may now undertake the Chronicles of New Era quest series, Mists of the Realm. Speak with the fresh-faced student at the Baldessian Annex to accept the first quest. What? Wait, is that... I think that's the new Alliance raids! The difficult part in all this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Will you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Of course, anything to make up for the constructs we broke. Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors, and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full. Dima and I are in this together. I will follow his example. I'm sorry, Astidian, for throwing you under the bus. I'll behave. I'll behave. It's just so tempting to click those goofy ones. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Elsewhere? Sorry, I'm really excited. I sensed the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. I too felt it. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. There are more pressing matters at hand. An opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip through our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate he who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Bah! Let him come. I will drown the world and watch this fleshling gasp for breath in his final moments. I have the blessing of the Kojin, I can't drown. Your zeal is admirable, but forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. 'Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star.
So excited! I'm so freaking excited!
Okay, spoiler warning. I am a huge Final Fantasy IV geek. It is my favorite game. My favorite of the Final Fantasy games. I haven't played it in years, but I am so freaking excited for this patch. Okay, we can continue now. Just rise. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which groups would benefit the most from monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Dima, you are to visit Akiali and Yedlimad. Speak with Matsuya and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Palika Stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at the Giant Skull grounds. Once you believe you have ascertained the needs of the populace, we can reconvene at Megaduta. Excellent. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I'm freaking out. Also, let's see here. Where is Ilsapart? No. Is it question? It's not question. Where the heck is... I don't know which section Charlene's under. Oh, of course it's not in Girabanya. What am I doing? Dravanya? The Northern Empty. Okay. No, I guess I can't check it. Well, that was a waste of time. Oh well. Gosh. Freak out. I will have to pause at some point to get some food. I would like to get through the rest of this patch before I do. And then I'll probably take a break, and depending on the time and how I'm feeling, I may or may not do the next patch. I am a bit tired. Not super tired, but I'm just a little bit. Alright. Hey, Matsuya! Oh, Dima. I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You finished with the boat, yes? Finished with the boat, then. Wow, I can't speak or read. Anything the village desperately needs. Well, I suppose Kalzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, but although I sell a few here and there, it's so much more difficult than it was before. Everyone's still struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. So we need to encourage commerce again, but people can't worry about purchasing anything while they're fighting for their lives. So we need to, I suppose, focus efforts on rebuilding, regain people's stability so that they can start investing in other opportunities again. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Thavnir, then you must try my special Amra Lassi. Its refreshing zest cannot be beat. What could such a wonder cost, you wonder? Normally I part with 3 bottles for a generous price of 19,800 gil, but for you, I'm willing to go as low as even 10,000. You'd be practically stealing from me. Stealing at that price? You're the only thief around here. Still not turning a profit these days. I am not Estinian. Estinian, who is this? Ah! You're the one who was with that spear-toting fellow. Well, you can hardly blame a man for trying. The world may no longer be on fire, but we are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sister, spare me, we might as well have that ugly tower back for the scant few travelers we see these days. I myself barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. So we need to encourage commerce as well. Vacations, travelers, people to visit, which of course is going to be a struggle when the rest of the world is rebuilding, but a way to encourage people to travel here again. How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more now that the danger has passed, certainly, but no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. Add to this that the sailors we lost in the final days, it's little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Kalzal and his consortium were still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was the man who got things done, God's rest his soul. He's spoken with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace's hardships. Varshan awaits your report at Megaduda. So they also need someone to help with getting their purchases back up. They need merchants. They need ships. They need sailors. I feel so bad for Kalsal still. Ooh, that Viera has a really nice outfit on. Hang on. Let me look at your glam. That is very well put together. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love looking at people's glams in this game. They're so creative. Hold on. Why do I have that on there twice? Okay, so I think I need to put this here. And then this here. I need to get rid of this entirely. Move that up there, move this here and this here. And I can move these over, this up. But what can I put down there? I am good at video game, so much talent. There you go. One day I will have decent bars. Maybe. Alright, let's see. Ah, my advisor's return. I've just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction of the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling to say the least, and there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cart or stall. Oh, that's a good point. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palakistan were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedlimod. From what I understand, they have always been an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant skull to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Thavnir has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade so we may begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Akyali and Yedlimod? Basically just obstacles to exports. I see. Without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to offload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedlimod. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beast sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. It's smart storytelling to put a face to the disaster, to give us that character, introduce us to the children who are suffering. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome, but we will not. Dimma, Estinian, I will consider the perspectives you've brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. It's really interesting to see socioeconomic stuff at work in a game. I don't know, I just find it fascinating. It's really cool to me. Here we go.
I thank you for your attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need.
Got an emergency fund. Smart.
And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more.
Yeah!
None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazar's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. The simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Taxes. Levy them on trade profits in exchange for your investment. Takes a village. It does, it takes a village. I don't think Dim knows enough about taxes.
Of course. We must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage.
Yes.
Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Name it after Ahewan. Something with Kalzal seems appropriate. Why not honor one of your most successful merchants? That... I guess, if you have to. Ahewan, though.
A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Mirad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation.
That's really sweet.
Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Vritra's a really good leader.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. I'm reminded of Ishgard.
I like that. Money! Give me money! I'm poor! Oh. I wonder if they're gonna build an orphanage. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. You will forgive me for not speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Salvershan! I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been the well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Ahewan assumed the office. They understand what needs to be done. I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. I like seeing Justinian's growth and progress and how he's working with Vritra now, another dragon. It's a very fitting thing for him. Okay, I can do this. Kitty! Had to look at the glam. It was pretty. I like that spear. Wonder what she's found.
Right, here we all are.
Voices.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first.
Oh. Pulling through stars with ice shards of memories.
You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. Call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain Exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
That's so cool.
Wait. You said that void scent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Are you calling me crazy? Because you might be right.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Done right. Count me in. So much for taking it easy. Count me in. Let's go to the Void Sense homeworld. I am the Void.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Does this mean you're not going to kill me later?
Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands.
Aww.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Please. Please.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
More.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daimir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
Oof.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
The restriction section of Numenon, with G'raha's favorite place to sneak around. With... what? I really want to click with what?
Have you already forgotten G'raha's debacle in Numenon? The restricted section where he was caught sneaking about? It may very well hold a copy of the Daimir's documentation.
Amazing.
In which case, I say we head directly to Sharlayan.
The urge to click the stupid choice is too strong. I can't resist. Austinian, where are you going?
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Valid.
Let us be on our way as well.
Oh, okay. I gotta resist the urge to be stupid. It's just so fun to goof around.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Yes. Let us do this. We like to cause, ourselves problems, you know? Let us be. Okay, bridging the rift. More than empty. See if they're gonna let us. Oh. If we're to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum of fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. First, however, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think might be inclined to assist us? Probably the professor? No one springs to mind? What of Scholark Montague? He did come to G'raha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to the phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. She's now accompanying me. Excellent. See, I told you it should be that guy. Oh, I have so many messages I've not noticed. My friends are goofy and I love them. Alright, let's see. Over here. Over nah. Wait, were there conversation points? There were. And I went to the wrong spot. Discuss the studium. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the chance to attend the studium. Neither did Thancred, as I recall. Soon after Master Louisoix took him in off the streets, he was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Tea at the last stand after a day of lectures? Should I wonder as well? Oh, never mind me. 'Twas just an idle thought. I wonder... Oh, yes, I can! Tea. Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends spent sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. The dank cave I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get, but it was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Oh, I wonder if I was supposed to be saying, should I wonder what you would have been like as well? I guess it could have been many things. There he is! Hello! Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Skulark, but we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh no, no furtive forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet, in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? We want to go stirring up trouble in the void? You know? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. If my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Demir has lain dormant in Charlene's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method for traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet, I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was promised reward? Also to rescue Ashdaya? Ah, marvelous. An audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and the wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason not to present your request for the forum's consideration. He's so nice. Although, your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Oh no. My Master Fortuno, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dear children's most treasured comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there is no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levier estate and plead our case. Ah, one last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager, so if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity... Of course, Skulark. We will be sure to pass on any revelations. That's cool. Ah! Y'shtola? Why have you fused pixels with me? How dare you? I must consume soul now. Ah, that's a wall. Alright. See where we need to go next. We can untarget her now, Dim. Where is it? Oh, right. There's a teleport right to it. How's Levier Butler? Oh look! A quest friend! This red mage is a quest friend. Oh, hello, Pillar. Ah, Master Dima and Mistress Y'shtola. How may I be of service? We've come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the Master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. I wonder if you can go into the house. Should try that. Like, into the house without these cutscenes. Well, well. Ameliance would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some matter of import to discuss? See if he's any nicer. Then pray proceed. You have my full attention. I wonder how much he's gonna trust this. No, we're not taking his kids into the void, so... Well, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Montaigne expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequence of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend, a selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has never given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days, loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. I'm surprised we haven't already. Do not celebrate just yet. The forum must still be convinced. I will add your request to the list of today's deliberations and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Yay! Evia Butler. Can I go in? Please do come again. We are always glad to receive such close companions of the twins. But I want to go in! I can go in. I can go inside! That's... I need to work on my phrasing. I can go in the house. Where can I go? Where can I go in here? How much can I explore? Okay, that's a wall. Let's go upstairs. Ah! Ah! Oh no, triple triad. Dimma, how good of you to come. Would you care for a cup of tea or perhaps a light snack? No? Just as well. I've no doubt there's much for you to do, as Alphino's letters would attest. He writes more frequently than ever these days. Much to my surprise and delight, Fortuno actually reads his letters now, albeit always with a furrowed brow. He knows Alphino will be fine, but much like me, he cannot help but worry. Oh, that's sweet. Can I go in here? Are all of these locked? I think all of these are. Yeah, I think this is the only place I can go into. This is cool. Beautiful, beautiful place for screenshots, for sure. Oh! I found a lookout point! The Levier Estate. This elegant mansion has stood for 3 centuries and is a treasured example of Charlene's architectural heritage. For generations, it has served as the home of House Levier, a noble family from which has arisen many distinguished forum members. That's cool. I think we're gonna end up with more Endwalker logbook thingies for sightseeing. More sightseeing logs for Endwalker than anything else. Let's see. Oh, there we go. And there's a fresh-faced student. So I can check and see. I'm torn between continuing on to patch 6.2 tonight or doing the Alliance raids. So, what did the forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlene, and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of the incredible debt we owe you and your companions. Was it Forshno who spoke up on our behalf? It was! That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines, and it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, as I am sure you are aware, this permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with the utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it is not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and bid you a good day. He's so grumpy. Tsundere. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising? Aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlene needed to guide it through not one but two exoduses. He's come a long way. I'm proud of him. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed of any number of schemes for getting my hands on those forbidden tomes, and now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demir's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal has me feeling a little giddy. Oh. Restricted reading. You'll be heading directly to the archives from here, I presume? You presume correctly. Then you'll want to speak with the index page when you arrive. It's been instructed to grant you access to the restricted section. Excellent. Once again, we thank you for all your help. Oh, it was my pleasure, believe me. May you find the knowledge you seek. I really like this ponytail on Dim. Shall we? We shall. Yshtul is now accompanying you. Okay. He has so many more clothing options now that fit him. Okay, yes. So, the quest from Krile appears to be the Alliance raids for this patch, which I am so down with. I need to unlock those, and now I can! Oh goodness, I'm making so much progress and being so productive. Alright, here we go. Should be a little chat thing. Yeah, I may need to call it after this patch, because I'm definitely getting tired. To think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined might actually exist, but yawns away. Okay, to think the set of instructions I laughingly imagined may actually exist, but it yawns away from where you found me napping. If I had known of Alzadal III's exploits sooner, I could well have saved myself days of research. Even a children's book might have pointed me in the right direction. To achieve the impossible, one must needs be flexible of mind and look beyond conventional wisdom. A lesson I had already learned, but clearly not taken to heart. Amazing. Oh, index page. I just connected page. Like the pages of a book, but they're also a page. So they're reference page and index page. That's hilarious. Archon Yshtul and guest identified. Do you wish to proceed into the restricted archives? Follow me if you would. Watch your step and please note that the use of naked flames is discouraged. You don't say. Going into Yshtul's favorite place. Whoa. This is cool.
If House Demir's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin.
Time to snoop. Maybe we should have brought a Stinny in. Let's look. Untitled Journal. Let's see. Today, in a world not my own, I met the most beautiful void-born creature. She was so unlike her ravenous brethren, eyes blazing not with hunger, but trembling, like a candle's flame threatening to flicker out at any moment. I wonder if she is even the proper word. Such distinctions seem inconsequential, insignificant even. All that matters is the love I feel for this exquisite, transcendent being. Though you are tempted to read more, this does not seem to be the volume you are seeking. That kinda sounds like a succubus. Okay, I don't think there's more in the bottom level. Leather-bound log, weighty tome. Let's check the log first since it's right here. The following pages detail an advanced method for manipulating rift-spanning apertures as devised by No Shan, the 9th Patriarch of House Daemir. We present these research notes to the faculty of Charlene's Studium as both a token of our friendship and an expression of our boundless admiration. You appear to have located the forbidden volume you seek. You surely will need it to make the final confirmation. Oh no, I can't read the other one! Oh well. Have something you'd like to show me, do you? My apologies, I flipped open but a single book and was completely absorbed by the contents. Well done, Dimma. I think you may have found our prize. Yeah, I did good. I'm good at searching. I am curious about that one we missed, though.
Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Daemir's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about. Among the ranks of the Voidsent, there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond. The species known as Atomos, however, is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures, a talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate.
That's cool.
Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos.
It's perfect.
How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon Voidsent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you've at least heard the tales. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. 'Twas no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for.
We did it!
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
But I wanna see what the other sparkly book was that I missed. Big sash. As much as I would love to start crafting the Atomos, I'm afraid this is far outside my field of expertise. Fortunately, we know a Hannish alchemist who would be delighted to involve herself in our House Daemir project. Our business here is concluded for the moment. Please pass on our regards to the forum. Your message will be conveyed. Should you wish to indulge in more forbidden literature, I will be here. Patron mode disabled. Security mode engaged. If anyone can help us, Nidhana can. I say we return to Thavnir and look for her at the Great Work. Okay. Let's do it. Well, there they are, right up front. Definitely getting tired. Y'shtola tells me you are pursuing a most fascinating study, and that you want me to be part of it. Of course, you're our favorite alchemist. I have no doubt you will be interested. This research log should speak for itself. Will it now? By the sisters! This is the mark of House Daemir. I never even knew such a work existed. Few should. It was sequestered in Numenon's restricted archives, after all. It was? But that means every word within is forbidden knowledge. A forbidden tome filled with forbidden research, and you put it right into my unsuspecting hand? I can hardly wait to read it! Oh, I love her. I want a Nidhana minion. To think the Daemir were developing such marvelous techniques so long ago. How many innovations have been lost over the centuries, I wonder? Now that you've glanced over the notes, what say you to helping us build a new mock Atomos? I say yes, 1,000 times yes. Work on a Daemir project that had even the redoubtable scholars of Sharlayan trembling in their sandals? No alchemist of the Great Work could resist. You are a woman after my own heart. Oh, I suppose I should ask, what do you mean to do with this big-mouthed simulacrum once we've built it? You know, just cross over into the void. So there's a secret void gate, and it's sealed in the ruins at the bottom of the bounty? Today is a day of revelations indeed. If the purpose of our man-made Atomos is to expand this hidden portal, then I will need to see it for myself, I think. Manipulating rift-spanning apertures is not the sort of thing you want to attempt without first taking into account every single factor. Then by all means, accompany us to the vault. I plan to lead us back there shortly, once we've finished gathering the components I require. Sharlayan's markets provided the raw aquamarine and pure water crystals. But I might need help obtaining a small quantity of astrally infused water. For such a liquid, you need go no further than the Font of Maya. The aesthetics of old once favored the place for their meditations, and the water which pools there now is known to enliven the flow of ether. That sounds perfect. If you would be so kind as to fill a flask at the pool, I will petition Vritra to join us. The idea I have in mind won't amount to much without his authority to command the Void Gate. shall we be about it then? We meet back here anon. Interesting. Ooh, horsey. Right, where do I need to go? Wait, where do I need to go? Oh, okay. Why didn't I see that on a map? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. Oh, there we go. Ooh, lookout point. I'm finding so many of these today. This temple was once the abode of an order of Arcasodra ascetics who sought the divine enlightenment of Maya. Abandoned for a stronghold deeper in the jungle, the structure now sits derelict and half submerged in rainwater. That's cool. Ow. Astrally dense pocket. He is a wet cat. Okay. And can't be bothered to fly all the way back. See, I figure I make enough passive income with these quest turn-ins that it's just worth it to teleport around. Save the time. Do you have that flask for me? Yes, I do. Yes, this should suffice. Thank you, Dimma. But spell speed? Void theory. Look who I came across. Estinian seemed in need of a diversion, and we, in turn, may have need of his lance. Right then, now that our party is assembled, let us make our way to the ruins. Will we have need of Matsia's boat again? Not this time. Once Shishtol informed me of our destination, I arranged for a vessel to be made ready at Akyali. Your Excellency is the ever-gracious host. Shall we? Alright, Void Theory. Ugh, I'll just teleport to Yedlimon. It's closer. I love the crystals here, they're gorgeous. I'm so happy they did the two-toned thing for at least some of them. And like started designing the crystals to have unique styles. It's such a cool look. Oh. Alright. I need to continue that blue quest soon. I started it, but I haven't continued it. I don't know what it's for. I'm theorizing it might be for the tribe quest in this region, but I'm not sure. The ship is yours to command. Our thanks, we set sail at once. Oh, this is so exciting. Alzadal's legacy, to see the truth of a legend with my own eyes. All aboard for the treasure vault. Proceed to the Weaver's Warding. Oh, it looks so cool.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
That's wise.
So, this is an experiment of sorts.
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
Walk directly in myself. Might as well go myself. Say nothing and look meaningfully at Estinian. Maybe send him a bill. Tim would not send Estinian in. He would go himself. Oh my word.
And how would you do that? The gate is still too small for any of us to pass through.
Estinian is correct.
Crouch.
Which is why I've elected to send a familiar in our stead. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
Hmm?
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Water, water, frost and fire!
What?
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Oh my word, I love them. You stole it! Oh, she's so embarrassed.
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate.
Oh.
I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual. In any case, these two should serve us well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the progress of the Void's corruption. If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Yes, of course.
He looks dumbfounded.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well.
Tim's still dumbfounded. That was him. Froth and foam.
Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know.
Do it. I dare you. I'll be a warrior of light for Eds.
Let us begin, shall we?
Could you imagine a tiny dim? That would just be a terrible nightmare. You go around inflicting all forms of chaos. Moving pencils.
Nixies, into the void.
Oh, that's cute. There they go. I wonder how long it's gonna be until they get back. Guess we gotta wait. Nidana's so excited. He's so mysterious with his eye covered like that.
I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side.
No truth. Oh. It's got like a symbol inside of it. That's cool.
Thank you, little one. You did well.
Oh, the poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
I feel bad for the
We're out of time! I must reseal the void gate.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void!
That was way more tense than it should have been for me.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
Yeah.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now, little ones.
Graha's theory was correct, then.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
My apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus.
Oh my gosh, this pays off so much.
The champions of that ill-fated world used the stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
I'm still gonna do it.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
Poor Vritra.
We will see you back in the city then.
Void theory complete. Satrap's duty. Once Nadana succeeds in replicating the Mock Atomos, this door into the 13th will be ours to open. Will you be crossing the threshold alongside us? I realize this is more my endeavor than yours. To be honest, I have no interest in visiting the Void myself. Might we discuss this later? There is something I must do first. Where is he going? Why does everyone insist on being so secretive? I, at least, had good reason for not wanting to explain my Nixie ritual. Shall we proceed with our other preparations, then? As we saw, the warding scale can be effective at protecting the bearer from other sources of etheric corruption. Nevertheless, the talisman's durability will need to be improved if it is to withstand the Void's influence for a prolonged length of time. And I think that is a problem we can address without involving the brilliant but busy alchemists who created it. Who do we know who excels at this kind of structural augmentation? Garland Ironworks, the Algans. I'm not sure. I think, yeah, Garland Ironworks. An excellent suggestion. As I recall, Sid himself is no stranger to the void and its volatile energies. With his experienced hand at the helm, I have every confidence that the Ironworks can strengthen the Warden scale. Come, let us visit their operation in Ralger's Reach and commission their best and brightest. Okay. Alright, so this should be the last quest for this patch, I believe. I'm already here! Would you look at that? Oh, there are so many things I need to do here. There's so many blue quests I need to do, so many adventures I still need to have. But I'm getting there, slowly, one adventure at a time. Dimma, what brings you to the Ironworks? We have a commission for you and your president, actually, assuming he's available. Master Sid? Certainly, I'll see if he has a moment free. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to call it after this. I think I've used up my energy. Feeling all tired and sickly again. A pleasure as always. I hear you have a job for us. Kind of. But also yes. Heading into the void to find a lost dragon. Sounds almost pedestrian compared to your last adventure. Honestly, I don't know if you could say anything that would surprise me after Meteon and that bloody mess. Alright, let's take a look at that talisman of yours. You said there were signs of degradation? Seems some manner of corrosion has set in around a scratch on its surface, much as the void's corruption seeped into Nero through his wounds. In which case, our best bet may be to simply prevent the scale from being damaged in the first place. And how might we achieve that? We have a coding agent for strengthening trinkets and the like, but I'd be wary of applying any compound which might upset the scale's delicate alchemical balance. Far safer to dress it in armor. Armor the talisman? We'll construct a protective casing, one utilizing metal alloys with high ethereal conductivity so as not to impede the talisman's primary function. Suit of armor, you said. Nero has compiled data on the 13th, so I'll have him pitch in with the design just to be sure. Only it weren't such an ordeal to convince him to follow our safety protocols. I swear, I've never seen such a reckless employee. In any case, we may need some time to untangle the particulars. Understandable. We know how busy your schedule is, and the final result will doubtless be worth the wait. The hard part will be ducking Jessie and her constant barrage of demands while we sneak about doing the fun stuff. We'll see what we can do. Excellent. I like that we're utilizing the connections we've made. It's really nice. I think we can leave the rest in Sid's capable hands. Let's return to the great work and see how Nidhana is getting on with the Mach Atomos. Am I gonna be teleported? Nope, I gotta teleport back. Big, sad day. Gotta teleport. On my own. Use 400 gills. He's just done.
Hey, Stola! The adjustments are going well, I hope?
'Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Sir Estinian told us of your predicament.
That's where
For
he went.
centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan!
Oh!
You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. But do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again, too.
Oh, you did good, Estinian. To protect them well, you must take heart. Will you wallow in uncertainty forever?
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you. And here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ashdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Vashan will depart Thavnir for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care, and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
Aww.
I would not dare make you cry.
Aww. It's so precious. You surprised me, Estinian. For a lone wolf, you've shown an unusual degree of, shall we say, involvement in helping Freetra reach this conclusion. 'Twas for the greater good. The worm's thundering sighs were keeping his citizens awake at night, and had travelers believing the palace racked by some unnatural storm. What of your own answer, then? You seem disinclined to venture into the void. When I was one with Nidhogg, his vengeful thoughts were my thoughts, his endless rage my rage, and the soul-chilling grief he nursed for Radatosker's death. I would not wish such agony upon a foe, let alone a friend and ally. If there is a chance we can spare Vritra that pain, then I will follow you. An unusual crew we have. Any other former scions we should call on? Just the four of us? With things as they are, I'd rather not bother our comrades with aught less than a dire threat to the star. It will make for an interesting journey, besides traveling in a smaller party for a change. Crowns can be a bit draining, don't you think? Now, on to specifics. Unlike the first, where the Flood of Light was halted before its devastation was complete, the 13th has been utterly subsumed by darkness. My plan as such is to explore the void in stages, withdrawing to safety after each brief foray. 'Twould be more convenient had we some manner of base camp nearer to the gate itself. One of the palace chambers should serve. Come, let us reconvene outside Megaduta. Oh, there we go. There's the turn-in. Just in time, too. I think this is draining the very last bit of my energy. I'm about to call it a night after I turn this in. Hopefully I can sit back and relax if there's any other cutscene. You don't have to read it all. Not that I mind reading, it's just sometimes it can be grating on me and my throat's starting to hurt a little bit. And so we will require suitable accommodations. Might we make something available for our guests? All the chambers are presently holding the great amounts of treasure we carried out of the vault. Once the Foundation's activities begin in earnest, however, we can redistribute the trove and make a room or two ready for habitation. Good. Please inform me when you've completed the arrangements. As you heard, we will have you settled in Megaduta in due time. As ever, you are most gracious, Your Excellency. You risk yourselves to aid me in my search for Ajdaya. Providing comfortable quarters is the least I can do. I only wish we knew more about our destination. The gods only know how long our explorations may possibly take, or what our chance of success might possibly be. Succeed or fail, I am grateful for you to you for convincing me to make the attempt. On that note, I will return to the great work and lend what help I can to Nidhana. Few preparations to make ere we venture into the 13th, now is the time. All I need is my armor and my lance. Perhaps I'll train with the Radiant Host to pass the time before we depart. You know what this means to me, Dima, but my purpose need not consume you as well. You're headed into another world. Find what joy you can in the experience, for you are a traveler, an adventurer at heart. This I know. That he is. He's back on it again, doing his adventures. Critical hit. No? Cutscene. Meanwhile, in the 13th.
This world, bereft of savours.
That's terrifying. Newfound adventure. We did it! Hey, we did it! Well, that is patch 6.1. The next I return, we shall do patch 6.2, but I may need a couple days to rest up before then. Anyways, I thank you for joining me. I had a great time, and I hope you did as well. I look forward to seeing you back. If you missed any of my other streams, feel free to check out my YouTube, where I keep a backup of them as well. Thank you all, and have a great night.